Alright guys, welcome back to my Halloween marathon, and this right here is going to be day number 11. And for today I wanted to talk about another Atari classic, and this one right here is Haunted House.
Right, anyone for Haunted House?
You have to be fast on your feet for this,
Oh, don't say that. I want to show you who's tap dancing next.
Atari. Simply more fun and games.
Now, back in the days, there weren't a lot of games that had to do with horror type settings, and obviously the graphics weren't up to par in order to tell out these stories in full detail. First of all, you don't really see the protagonist other than his eyes. And your mission is actually to go throughout the mansion and find an urn that's been separated into various pieces and get it together. And once you collect all the pieces of the urn and put it back into one piece, you're supposed to make it out of the mansion. Now, the way that the game keeps a tally as far as scoring is based on how many matches that you light up during your time in the mansion and how many lives you lose. So for example, if you light up say 20 matches and you die 5 times, but then your friend goes down to play and he lights 75 matches and he dies, I don't know, 30 times, well, you're the winner because you lit up less matches and obviously you died less. So that was pretty much the scoring system that this game had. And this game right here is one where you had to take audio into consideration. So based on the noises that you hear when you're traversing the mansion, you will notice that you are bumping into, say, a door versus a regular wall. And that's how you will realize where you need to go and what places you cannot go to and traverse and which ones you're going to need a key for. And there is a key somewhere in the mansion that you can use to go ahead and open up those locked doors. There's also a scepter, and what happens is with the scepter is once you hold the scepter in your inventory, which is shown at the bottom of the screen, what happens is the enemies inside the mansion won't be able to see you while you're holding the scepter. So if you let the scepter go, you will notice that if you come across one of the enemies, they will come after you really fast and kill you. Whereas when you have the scepter, they won't. Another thing to keep in mind is that when you have a match turned on, you'll be able to obviously see the walls of the mansion as you're progressing through it. Now, you could lose the light of the match if an enemy comes close to you. So say if you're walking by and you see a ghost approaching you, that'll cause your match to go ahead and go out. And you cannot light up a match if there's an enemy nearby. You have to go away from him before you can light up the match again. Now, there are a couple of enemies in the mansion, nothing too big. It's just that I'm aware of only 3. The bat, the spider or tarantula if you want, and the ghost. And there are 4 floors in the mansion. Each floor has 6 rooms. So the way that they divide the rooms is basically each square spacing is considered one room. So each floor has 6 of these. So obviously once you collect the urn, you're supposed to make your way back to the first floor and back to the entrance. And a lot of times what my friend and I did was we used to play this game in the dark just to get that feeling of being in the dark inside the mansion, to really get into the game and to get into that, you know, that scary vibe from the game. And the problem was that my friend lost the manual to the game. So we weren't sure what to do. So we used to run around like crazy just trying to figure out what to do. And we used to find the scepter, but we weren't really sure what it did. Same thing with the urn pieces. So we never really got to finish the game properly. And I always used to think that if we finished the game, if we somehow escape the mansion, you will be able to see what the guy looks like on the outside because there's light. But obviously that's not part of the game, but that's what we used to think when we were little. I love the box art though. The box art looks so awesome, and I like the fact that they actually use the eyes in the box art because that's exactly what you are in the game. Yeah, so that's pretty much Haunted House for the Atari. Hope you like this quick recap. Join me tomorrow where we'll be entering day number 12. And tomorrow's game, you know what? I'm not sure yet what I'm going to recap. So stay tuned. Let's see what it is. Until then, take very good care of yourselves. Vampires like healthy people.